Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Karen Atira binti Zakaria. I'm a final year student in Bachelor of Science Biology. My student ID is 2018226172. My supervisor is Puan Haja Sarina binti Hashim, and today I'm going to present my research entitled The Effect of Soil Containing Vermicompost on Growth of Fruit Vegetable. Vegetable is an herbaceous plant that can be eaten as a whole or in part, raw or cooked, or in a salad. Vegetables are divided into two groups. The upper part of the plants above the soil is categorized as green vegetable. Meanwhile, the part of vegetable inside the soil are considered as root vegetable. The U.S. Department of Agriculture 2020 recommends the daily intake of vegetable according to age and gender as shown in Table 1. Consuming vegetable every day in recommended amount can help people avoid chronic disease like heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Furthermore, vegetables are a natural source of vitamin, mineral, nutrient, and other elements that support human health and nutrition. In this research, I am focusing on fruit vegetable. Fruit vegetable is the plant structure having fruit that is a sweet and edible portion. The fruits commonly considered vegetable by virtue of their use include chili, eggplant, okra, and tomatoes. As mentioned in the title, I wanted to identify the effect of soil containing vermicompost on growth of fruit vegetable. So, what is vermicompost? Vermicompost is the organic compound that have undergone non-thermophilic biodegradation as a result of interaction between earthworms and microorganisms. It is an organic fertilizer. The reason I chose this title is because the major limitation to achieve improved fruit vegetable production is soil infertility. Besides, the excessive usage of NPK fertilizer brings many problems to the soil, environment, and the vegetable themselves. They can cause nutrient imbalance and soil acidity, which then leads to poor nutritional quality of the fruit vegetable. Therefore, the good ways to overcome this problem is by substituting the usage of chemical or inorganic fertilizer with the vermicompost. There are two groups that will gain benefit from this study, which are the farmers and the society. Both of them can gain knowledge and apply it in their daily life. As for the farmers, they can use this knowledge to improve their crops production and ensure the production meets the demand in the market that has high quality and safe to eat. Besides, they can minimize the cost of production. As for society, acknowledging the benefit of using vermicompost helps in retaining all the nutrition inside the fruit vegetable. In fact, they can become healthier if they consume organic vegetables. The specific objective of this project include to review the physical and chemical characteristics of soil media containing vermicompost and to discuss the uses and efficiency of vermicompost for the growth of fruit vegetables such as Albulmoschus esculentus, Solanum longina, Capsicum annum, and Solanum lycopsychum. And as you can see on the screen, this study will focus on these 5 research questions. Let's go through the characteristics and health benefits of the selected fruit vegetables. First of all, Albulmoschus esculentus L, or commonly known as okra. It is an herbaceous plant with a hibiscus-like flower. The characteristic of this plant is it is 3 to 8 feet tall and has a deep taproot system. The stem is robust, erect, and variable in branching. It has dark green leaves which are broad, rough, and has 5 to 7 lobes. The fruits are pods that turn from yellowish green to green when it's ripe and has a lot of health benefit for humans such as stabilizing blood sugar levels, aids in growth and repair of body tissue, increase immunity, aids in coagulation of blood, and also promote the growth and development of the fetus brain. Solanum melongena is the scientific name for eggplant. This natural antioxidant plant is a 5 feet tall plant that has 10 to 20 cm of lobe leaf. It has purple flowers which are 5 lobe corolla and large anthers and well-developed root system. Eggplant is a pear-shaped purple-colored fruit. It has its own health benefits such as reducing blood sugar level and the risk of colon and stomach cancer. Besides, by consuming eggplant, people can improve their cognitive function and eyesight. Chili, or its scientific name Capsicum annum, is a shrub-like plant that has height 0.5 to 1.5 meter tall. The stem of this plant become woody and hard as they get old. It also has flower which is white to greenish white and lavender to purple. The fruit is lantern and thin, which is green in young and gradually yellow, orange, and later turning brilliant red. Chili contains carotenoid, vitamin C and E, and other elements. It serves as anti-inflammatory, blood glucose regulator, and also antioxidant agent. Our last selected fruit vegetable in this study is Solanum lycopsychum. People commonly know it as tomato. The globular ovoid shape and red in color. Tomato plant is 3 meters in height and has yellow-colored flowers. They are regular and hypogynous. The stems are angular and covered by hairs. Tomato is good for human skin and also body health, as it can lower the risk of contracting cancer, osteoporosis, and cardiovascular disease. Furthermore, it has a detoxification effect in the body and serves as antioxidant. In Malaysia, the fruit vegetable have high demand in the market every year, which causes the increments in the total cultivation and production of A. esculentus, S. melangina, C. annum, and S. lycopsychum, as shown in the table 2. Table 3 shows the primary states in Malaysia for the production of each of the selected fruit vegetable in 2019. As for the A. esculentus, the largest cultivation and production area is in Perak with 1,170 hectares and 23,565 metric ton production. Johor has the largest S. melangina cultivation area, which is 570 hectares, and the production is 8,092 metric ton. C. annum is cultivated in 662 hectares in Kelantan and has production as much as 6,961 metric ton. Last but not least, Pahang is the largest cultivation area of S. lycopsychum with production 97,065 metric ton. From the table, we can see that A. esculentus, S. melangina, and S. lycopsychum record that commodities more than 100 in self-sufficiency ratio. Meanwhile, C. annum recorded only 30.8% in self-sufficiency ratio, which this showed an adequate supply for the domestic need for A. esculentus, S. melangina, and S. lycopsychum, but the production of C. annum is not enough to meet the domestic needs. Next, S. lycopsychum recorded the highest per capita consumption as compared to other vegetables with consumption of 3.6 kilograms per year. C. annum recorded as the highest import dependency ratio with 73.6%. This is due to the insufficient supply to meet domestic needs. Fruit vegetables require a consistent ideal environmental condition for them to grow and produce a better quality of crop yield. Fruit vegetables preferring long sunny days and high light intensity, as this will help them to increase the number of fruit, size, color intensity, and number per flower cluster. The second crucial element is water. A long and slow watering technique is suggested to encourage deep, healthy root of fruit vegetable plants. The soil conditions that are proper for growth of fruit vegetable is in pH 5.5 to 7, has moderate salinity, and contains adequate nutrients, water, aeration, and crop preference. The good aeration of soil means having more pore spaces, which helps in holding moisture and allow for roots to grow healthily. The moderate soil temperature is needed to avoid injury to the fruit vegetable plant's root system. Fourthly, the growth of fruit vegetable depends on the nutrients applied to the soil. It is either coming from inorganic fertilizer or organic fertilizer or both. Fertilizer is a natural or chemical ingredient that is applied to soil to help plants grow. Table 4 and Table 5 shows the advantage and disadvantage of the both organic and inorganic fertilizer. Inorganic fertilizer is well known for its ability to quickly restore soil fertility. The disadvantage of inorganic fertilizer are it accumulates salts, which diffuse water out from the soil and causes them to be dried out, and the fertilizer unable to absorb into the soil. If there is no rainfall after the fertilizer are applied, it can cause them to wash away and pollute the streams and other water bodies. Organic fertilizer are natural sources of plant nutrients derived from plants or animals. Microorganisms in soil degrade organic fertilizer and convert it into nutrients that are readily available for use by plants that have been added to the soil and have a slow release of nutrients. In agriculture, the soil is an essential material needed to grow a plant as it acts as medium and hold water and dissolve nutrients. There are 4 physical properties of soil, which are soil texture, pore space, soil structure, and organic matter. The soil chemical properties involve the nutrient availability in the soil, cation exchange capacity, and the soil solution, such as soil pH and its salinity. According to Chanu et al. 2018, there are 5 requirements needed for vermicomposting. First is any type of biodegradable waste, such as crop residue, vegetable waste, and fruit waste. Secondly, suitable form for vermicomposting. Normally, Arsenia foetida is used. Next is the starter, such as cow dung. They are used as feeding material to produce sufficient numbers of earthworms. Fourth, site selection. And lastly, containers for vermicompost production. It can be any container with a hole at the bottom for draining excess water. Vermicomposting has two methods, which are bed method and pit method. The difference is bed method composting is making a bed of organic mixture, meanwhile pit method composting done in a container. Vermicompost is rich in nutrients and they are present in plant available forms. Therefore, it can increase soil organic matter, soil structure, and beneficial soil microbes. Vermicompost is the ideal organic fertilizer for the plant's growth and yield due to its nutritional value is higher than the other compost and has the high percentage of humic acid. The most important, vermicompost producing chemical-free, safe, nutritive, and health protective yields. Previous studies stated that the tomato seedlings that were supplied with vermicompost were sampled earlier 5 weeks after germination than the tomato seedlings without being fertilized. Besides, the plant growth parameters such as shoot length, root length, leaf area, and plant biomass of tomato plants were increased in plots amended with a variety amount and types of vermicompost. The application of vermicompost of A. esculentus growth parameter are not different much with inorganic fertilizer as compared to the control. This shows that vermicompost can substitute the usage of inorganic fertilizer. The point is proved by the study from Coulibaly et al. 2020 as the result of growth parameters of okra plants in 3 different treatments, inorganic fertilizer, vermicompost, and control are shown as table 5. The overall growth of the unfertilized plant is much lower compared to the fertilized okra plants. As for eggplant, Kaupi et al. 2015 and Naja et al. 2015 has proved that the treatment of 50% and 6 times per hectare of vermicompost produced the most excellent positive effect on growth parameters. The nutrient content such as protein and carbohydrate in eggplants are higher with the application of vermicompost. The studies from Kaupi et al. 2015, Arankon et al. 2005, and Tashpa Dahia and Renan Kumar 2020 showed the same results. Even though the amount of vermicompost they used were different, 3 of them stated the treatment of vermicompost was able to achieve maximum germination, tremendous increase in fruit yield, and also the highest plant growth parameters as compared to other types of fertilizers. There are few ways to normalize the idea of organic agriculture among Malaysians. First of all, the government should provide guidelines of organic agriculture to the community, especially the farmers, to give them knowledge and idea regarding the organic agriculture and the benefits that they will gain from producing organic crops. Secondly, the government should be strict in using chemical or inorganic fertilizer in agriculture for markets in Malaysia or to be exported. In addition, both government and NGO parties should collaborate and cooperate to help campaign concerning the benefits of consuming organic products in terms of health and environment. As for the approach to young children regarding this idea, it can be done through learning in the school. In conclusion, the growth and yield of A. esculentus, S. melongena, C. annum, and S. lycopersicum are higher in the large concentration or amount of vermicompost applied to the soil. Furthermore, the use of vermicompost is very useful in producing a greater marketable fruit yield. As for the recommendation, future researchers are recommended to identify the approximate nutritional value of vermicompost based on the raw material contents and recognize the exact amount of vermicompost needed to get the best result. Future researchers are also recommended to do a study regarding the types of earthworms that are the most effective to digest the organic waste material faster and shorten the duration to complete the vermicomposting process. That's all for my final year project. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.